So we just take one hadith from the next chapter. Chapter number 3. قال الإمام باب النهي عن بناء المسجد على القبور واتخاذ الصور فيها والنهي عن اتخاذ القبور مساجد. The prohibition of building masajid over graves and placing images. Images there. That is a problem in translation. In Arabic it's صور. Is صور in English image? Wow, before camera. Right? Before camera, what is صور? صور in the hadith mentioned. Huh?
Statue?
Yes. Statue. Why they say image? Image, this is big problem in translation. However, and placing صور therein, and the prohibition of taking graves as masajid. So the Prophet ﷺ, he built the Masjid al-Nabawi over what?
Grave.
Over graves? No, he what? He dug it up. He cleaned the graves, right? He took out all the bodies or the remaining bones away of mushrikeen. So now there is no graves. Then he built the Masjid al-Nabawi, right? But he is saying if there is one grave, whatever this is wali or someone is righteous or someone is normal Muslim, whatever, can we build a masjid on that grave?
Yes.
Or including that grave? Can we?
Cannot.
If it's including a person.
If we don't know, then what we can do?
If we don't know, so we are speaking about if there is
known
grave. Yeah. Okay, it will
just
come.
only excavate and throw it.
Yes. قال حدثنا هشام قال أخبرني أبي عن عائشة أن أم حبيبة وأم سلمة ذكرتا رضي الله عنهما ذكرتا كنيسة رأيناها بالحبشة فيها تصاوير جمع صورة فيها تصاوير لرسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم مش تصاوير لرسول ذكرتها لرسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم فقال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم إن أولئك إذا كان فيهم الرجل الصالح فمات بنوا على قبره مسجدا وصوروا فيه تلك الصور أولئك شرار الخلق عند الله عز وجل يوم القيامة. It was narrated from Aisha that Habiba and Salama رضي الله عنهم mentioned a church that they had seen in Ethiopia when they migrated. The first migration was where? Habasha, Ethiopia. So Habiba and Salama, they saw church. It was not in the Arab land. And this church, in which there were, again, images. Not images. Statues. Okay. To the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, there is how come images? How? There is no camera. How they saw the church images?
It was only painting.
Not drawings, then drawings. It was not. It was statues, and even if it was painting or something, that is different than images. Now images is only for the exact picture by camera or by, but when we say drawings, paintings, statues, that is different issue. It has different ruling in Islam. So this church contained this statues and contained maybe some paintings on the walls. So they informed the Prophet ﷺ about what they saw. So the Messenger of Allah ﷺ said, those people, means the Christians, if there was a righteous man among them and he died, they would build a masjid over his grave and paint those, look here saying paint those images in it. Paint or make the statues in the same masjid for that person, the owner of the grave, in the masjid. So he said, alayhi salatu wasalam, they will be the most evil of mankind before Allah on the day of resurrection. Very big sin.
They make the picture
of the righteous. Yes, they make
inside the masjid.
Inside the masjid, inside the church, the place of ibadah. Okay, so that's why when you enter any masjid, you don't see what. We don't have a picture for Sahaba or the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu or Sheikh X or Sheikh Y, right? Alhamdulillah. وأن المساجد لله فلا تدعوا مع الله أحدا. So here, this first of all, I want to mention this because that is a very critical issue, and I explained many times. Suwar in Arabic, it doesn't mean images by camera. That is different issue. Images by camera, that is something new. It has new ijtihad. But what the Rasulullah ﷺ mentioned, that they are the most evil people on the judgment day before Allah, that is for someone is trying to imitate the creation of Allah by painting or drawing, or someone is trying to make statue and imitate also the creation of Allah. Allah will bring them and will bring what they did in the dunya, the statue or the drawings. I will tell them, give them life. Give them life. You are trying to make creation like me. Give them life. Then they will be driven to Jahannam. So this is very big problem. First, and this is not about the camera issue. Camera issue has some two opinions for scholars, but it's not, of course, included in this issue, because this issue, someone imitating the creation. Is the camera imitating the creation of Allah?
No, just exactly.
Is the exact creation of Allah?
Exact mirror.
Okay, if you look at the mirror, is it halal or haram? Why you are silent? You don't look at the mirror? Yeah, we have dua for the mirror, right? Allahumma kama hassanta khalqi fahassan khuluqi. So looking at the mirror is okay. So the new technology is just saving what? Saving what is like in the mirror. It's the exact creation of Allah, not imitating. It's not imitating. So there's big difference between the painting, drawing and making statue for something alive, and between keeping, they say, keeping a dhil, the shadow. Keeping your shadow on something, they kept it.
The difference is photo, like photography.
Yeah, photograph, yes. Yes.
I saw in a Muslim country,
Yeah.
some person when he died, they on the grave they put big this stone, and they put the exact picture of that person. Picture.
They put it on his grave.
His grave, but they paint it on the stone.
Ah.
Making the picture.
Of course, this is not allowed.
No, forever. This is.
Bosnia.
No.
Yeah.
So
in Azerbaijan.
anyhow, this is okay. This is the first benefit I want to mention, that to understand about suwar, the word suwar in Arabic, and second issue about building masajid. In Islam, we are not allowed to build masajid over graves. And if masjid is includes a grave, big problem. You see, when they came to the Prophet ﷺ, they said, those people, they're coming from Christians, you see? Then you find, Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un, many Muslims all over the world, many masajid, it includes what?
Graves.
It includes graves. And they say, oh, this is not normal grave, it's wali. Yeah, be careful.
And they donate the place. Most of the case they donate.
Yes, okay. So is it allowed, even no one, okay, maybe some people will say, Al-Masjid al-Nabawi includes the grave of the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Right? This is a big misconception. It's not included. Come on, what are you saying? It's not inside the masjid. The Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, where he is where he is buried?
In Hujra.
In the room of Aisha, right?
Yeah.
Not in the masjid. But when he was buried in the room of Aisha radiallahu anha, after that what happened?
Masjid increased.
The room of Aisha was on the same borders of the masjid, same wall. So of course Muslim increasing and they are making expansions. Umar radiallahu anhu did expansion from the front and from the right and from the left, and he avoided from the back to avoid the blessed room. He doesn't want to come near the house of the Prophet ﷺ. But after many years, khalas, when they have to go from this direction, so they made huge wall around the room.
Hujra.
Then they made huge fence. So there is three
Protection.
barriers making this totally outside the masjid. Huge fence, then huge wall has no door, huge wall all over the room without any door. Then the room itself, and the room they closed it long time ago, maybe
Centuries.
in the first 100 years. Yes, they closed the room, so no any access, and it's totally isolated from the masjid. Just because the masjid went for expansion, so they isolated this spot. It's not inside the masjid.
But it's been already, when they extended the front,
Yes.
it's been already masjid, it's include the masjid already?
Sorry?
Because you said the
Yes.
expansion is come backside and left and right.
Yes.
But now it exceeds the front side of
Yes.
this kubur also, right?
Qubur?
The
Hujra of
Cover.
Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
live there.
Yes.
So is already included now in masjid or not?
Yes, it's inside the spot. I said this spot is inside the Masjid Nabawi, of course,
Yes.
the rooms.
Yeah.
Now it's one room of Aisha only.
Yeah.
The rest of the houses of the Prophet ﷺ was
Yeah.
demolished. He had 9 rooms for 9 wives in the same place. All the wives, after they died, they demolished. Except room of Aisha, because it includes Rasulullah, Abu Bakr and Umar. So this blessed room, they isolated with 3 walls. Khalas. The room itself and huge wall with no door, and then huge fence all over. So it's totally isolated from this side.
But it should not be included, I think.
It's not what do you mean included?
I mean, they can expand from the right and left and the back, but not the front.
Inside the masjid.
Yeah, brother. What I said, they had to go from this direction, no other option. So it is inside the huge building of the masjid. Something, this spot is inside, but it's totally isolated. It's isolated from the masjid. You understand?
Yeah, I understand. But for example, if some other people, this is other people grave in other masajid,
Yes.
they make the isolation same walls.
No. Other people, they make access to the.
If they
So
don't,
they-
for example, if they don't make access, they close it off.
We are not allowed. We are not, because this exceptional case. This happened. Okay, first, the masjid was built or the grave. What is first? Masjid, and then the grave is beside. Okay, then the extension happened. Other places, what you are saying, they come on the grave and they build the masjid.
Or sometimes.
Okay,
Okay, if opposite case happen,
masjid, and
Masjid
then they
before?
bring a
Yes.
dead person and bury inside.
Yeah.
100% haram. Same. In Islam, we are not allowed to bury in masajid, and we are not allowed to build on a grave, to build masjid on a grave. Okay? Alhamdulillah ala ni'mat al-tawheed. We are worshipping one God, following one Prophet والسلام, and we don't have exaggeration in someone. Even Rasulullah ﷺ said, لا تطروني كما أطرت النصارى. Isa ibn Maryam means do not exaggerate on me as the Christians exaggerated in Isa. Alhamdulillah.
When this hadith said if you pray after Fajr, Masjid
Which one? Quba?
Quba.
Ah.
So you got reward for one Umrah.
Yes.
When this is hadith?
Yes, hadith. Authentic hadith. Anytime you make wudu and you go to Masjid Quba to pray 2 rak'ah, it's equivalent to 1
I
hour.
usually go after Fajr.
Most of people, they go after Fajr.